Yes, it's early for no reason. It's just early and I'm up. And I don't want to be, I'm up, but it's broad daylight. And I'm up. So I have another installation coming today. Rat Beef, it'll be the Roxanne Wars, which to me is like one of the best. And then tomorrow I have something special. And then Wednesday we're back to music. So that's the schedule. And then after that, we're just back to music. And you let me know how you feel about the Rat Beef. It's kind of like One Hit Wonder Monday. You know what I'm saying? Simple Saturday, Soulful Sunday is just something to add. That's pretty much it. I do have a story time. Have you ever helped someone? Let me just start off with this question. Have you ever helped someone and that bit you in the, like, just totally just like a snake that just, you helped them and it left you in a bad predicament? Okay, so I'm explaining. I have a story time. So I lived in Georgia for a few years. I lived in Stone Mountain, Georgia. While there, I met some neighbors. They had a daughter and a nephew that lived with them. The nephew was about 19 or maybe 20 with a newborn kid named Jacoby. We got along with the kid. He was cool. Every now and then he'd come down, borrow a cigarette here and there. No big deal. We give him a ride to the store here and there. Nothing big. Probably 2 months in us living there, he does come down to our house and he tells us that, him and his auntie got into it. She put him out. Can he crash on the couch until, his auntie not mad no more? And we like, yeah, sure. It's no big deal. So he does. 3 weeks into staying with us, he comes to us and he says, can my baby mom spend a night? This was a Friday. And I was like, I guess. And he was like, I just want to spend some time with my baby. And I'm like, that's cool. So she and her child and, his child come to the house and she spends the night that night. At around 3 a.m, he comes upstairs and he's telling us, you need to make her leave. And I said, I'm not going to make your baby mom leave. That's something you need to do. And he was like, no, for real, because she's talking crazy. You should make her leave. You should just go down there and tell her to get out. And I'm like, no, you can make her leave in the morning. So he go back downstairs and I go back to bed. We get up that morning. They're there. I send the kids off to school. And then I decide I'm going to take a trip to the grocery store. So I ask him, you need anything from the store? Where we going? He's like, oh, no, I don't need anything. Don't worry about it. Whatever. So we leave. As a matter of fact, he said, I need a toothbrush. And I said, okay, cool. So we leave. So we get to the store. We do the shopping. We come out. As we're coming out, we see his baby mom car go by. And we like, okay, so the door's not locked. If they left the house, the door's not locked because it looked like both of them was in the car. So we jump in the car and we get to the house. And when we open up the door, let me tell y'all, everything was gone. Everything that wasn't nailed to the wall. Our flat screens, PlayStations, Xboxes, laptops, computers, all that gone. They had taken everything and we called the police immediately. It was an immediate thing, honestly. And because we seen them, so it wasn't like they had got that far. But the problem was that he put some things in his book bag and they split up. So when the police caught her driving, she still had our TVs and one of the game systems and like a Nintendo DS in the trunk. So, they took the stuff out the trunk. They brought it back to me, took her to jail. Okay, they didn't catch Parrish. That's the name of the young man. They didn't catch him. He ended up calling us and he was trying to apologize and we tried to tell him to bring the stuff back. You can toss it in the yard. It's all insured. We just need the stuff. He said it's too late. He split up with his friends. He was apologetic. It didn't matter. I called the police. I pressed 4 charges. They charged him with the felony theft by taking. And he did 1.5 years in prison. He did call me and apologize. He felt really bad about it. Afterwards, he explained to me that night that he came up and asked us to make her leave, she was down there and she had a weapon. And I'm not going to say what, but she had a weapon and she was willing to use it to rob us that night. And the only reason it didn't happen was he kept arguing with her Like, you're not finna hurt them. They've been good to me. They've been good to Jacoby. Like, you're not finna do nothing to them. Like, I'm not having it. We didn't know that she was even that type of person. We also didn't know that he was that type of person, that he was a gang member and that all his friends were gang members. We let him in our house and opened our doors, and, you know, we didn't think anything of it. He lived on our street, and that little shit robbed us blind. So, you know, there's a story time for you. And I'm just wondering if you've ever helped someone, went out your way, and it bit you. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a really blessed week. And I'll see you on the other side of this music.